best of 5. Things picked off, and it was a really good pick off there for Dying. And it's through on Noctre. Dying RUBIIX and DORITO, but they can see for Scream. Will stick one in the back of the net 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive start. Trio like these three, Dying, RUBIIX and DORITO, very, very aggressive and maybe just bit the bullet a touch too soon.
Get a chance to say who's on each roster. Dying, RUBIIX, DORITO on Nombre, and Scream, TXMPER, and Speed. TXMPER and Speed, a couple of names that people will know as of late in our LCS competition, but maybe Scream 33, not a name that people would know, but certainly someone who's been around for a fair bit of time.
Yeah, definitely. The Croatian has been sort of this dynamic which can be added to a roster to deliver some of that pace, some of that aggression. I'm sure we both recognise Speed and TXMPER as being faces of solidity. And only 2 weeks ago, in fact, in the 10th Rendez-Vous, Speed and TXMPER found a lot of success under their teammate Belligol. I believe they came second, just narrowly losing out, but they've shown their capabilities as a duo, and, well, they're still working for it.
And looking for the second goal in front of the orange net, our Speed and company. TXMPER takes this one off the right-hand side, beat away to the ball by Dying, but Speed picks that up nicely in midfield. Up to Scream, who's scored the opener. Can he score the second? Not quite. Real well controlled. And DORITO really in the last year, maybe the last season or two of RLCS, really made himself a mainstay in the European scene as he gets the save there to save 2-0.
Yeah, and DORITO looks a little bit dangerous here, and Speed has a lot of work to do. But the ball has just managed to be shunted into the corner there as RUBIIX is going to try and just drop it down. It's a little bit dangerous, but possession just recycled quickly here to the orange side.
That's a brilliant clear as well by Dying. Straight over to DORITO and can't finish it off quite. Our Nombre del Equipo trying to get that first goal back in this best of 5 game number 1. Dying will send this one long, looking for the backboard. He does find it, but TXMPER, nice little flip play back up to Scream, looking for a second. TXMPER shoots, goes straight for the net, and DORITO nicely lines up there. But yeah, no, you know, Nombre conceding within 8 seconds here, Psycho, but they've done well to keep possession for the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely so, and they've been able to shut off this choo-choo possession train at the moment pretty well, as they often have just sort of a downfield player just lurking upfield to try and deliver a bit of menace. But speaking of TXMPER downfield, if you can give him a little bit of space, he can be deadly.
Certainly can be. Yeah, Vince gone 2.5 to go in this opening game of tonight's Rendezvous here on the Rocket RB. If you want to see some other games of this tournament, we've got our quarterfinal, another quarterfinal matchup currently on the French stream on twitch.tv/Rocket Baguette, and they'll have the other semi-final as well. But Scream wants to punch his ticket to the semi-finals. Long way to go still, but a second goal for the Croatian.
Yeah,
Serbian. One of them.
Yeah,
I forget what you said earlier.
The Croatian. The
Croatian. I got
Scream.
it right the first time. There we
You
go.
absolutely
I know
did.
my flags.
You absolutely did. It's looking dangerous, I have to say. It's only been maybe just past 2 minutes of play, but aside from having the ability to sort of transfer that possession game quite quickly here, it seems that the Spaniards at the moment are really exploring to try and put this blue side at bay.
Yeah, not a lot of bim bam from the Spanish bim bam side. And they've only got a handful of shots on net compared to Chup Chup. Currently 9 for Chup on net. I think that 10, in fact, as Scream gets that one saved by DORITO. Only a total of 7 so far from Nombre del Equipo. And no goals to show for it either. They have done fairly well in defense. Just those 2 goals from Scream making the difference right now. Here comes RUBIIX. Gets it over 1, can't get it past 2 without interference, but it's straight over to Dying out of the corner, and they're only 1 goal back.
1 goal back, and it just took a little bit of baiting from the Spaniards to try and draw out those first couple players, and unfortunately for Speed, that, well, second redirect off that orange card just made it such a difficult ball to read.
And it gives them a chance here late in the opening game of this best of 5. I've seen flashes of seeing Nombre breaking out here and giving themselves good chances. And that's an even better chance, but a better save by Scream. Over to DORITO, can't get it through his RUBIIX. And I thought he was out of boost. He had 30 odd in the tank. He picks up this 100 in the corner as well to try and get this off the backboard. TXMPER plays that away fairly safely. You can see how off the ball TXMPER are playing, but there goes Scream looking for a third. He won't get it.
And that is so close to being a beautiful shot, which I'm sure would have really tempered the confidence of these three Spanish players. So far, it looks like the majority of the meaningful chances have gone the direction of this TXMPER side, and the sort of run of consistency that we've seen from them has paved the way for greatness before, and I don't know what it could today as well, given what we're seeing so far.
A bit earlier on that Nombre have done well to retain possession, but there's been times in the last minute or so where they've tried to get the ball off of their opponents and they've really struggled to just gain possession and take a nice touch and set themselves up. But that's a lovely upfield play. DORITO gets the shot, and Dying was trying to follow that, but in the corner, 10 seconds, empty net. That one's going to be a third and a hat trick for Scream.
Yeah, why not? Show off the numbers early on. Make yourself that player to be known for the duration of the series. And, well, Nombre del Equipo, they have some time to think about, you know, their shortcomings, their flaws in this first game. It is a best-of-5 series length. It's not, well, typical of these sorts of weekly competitions. Usually you only see sort of a best-of-3 scenario, and that can be so well, harmful to teams who might just suffer from one bad game, but certainly a fighting chance left for them to come.
No, they're certainly not left for dead here at the end of game number 1, but I mean, Scream's got to be feeling very confident. 3 goals from 6 shots. You've got to say he's the early favourite for MVP out of TXMPER, and Speed and TXMPER kind of taking a back seat there, letting Scream do his thing. I really like that from the veterans. Yeah, and
honestly, it was 3 goals, but we saw, I think, 3 double touch opportunities that were just slightly off to the left, slightly off to the right from Scream a couple times. It could have easily been 4 goals, could have easily been 5, and I noted just before this game began that we sort of look at Scream as a player who might be able to deliver some of that pace, some of that pressure, some of that playmaking, really, that you would want in a roster, and there is a lot of solidity behind him, sort of facilitating that playstyle. I've seen Speed and TXMPER be very reserved with sort of their rotations at the back, making sure they're sticking to their pads, just letting Scream do a lot of the heavy lifting downfield, and wow, it's paid dividends in game 1.
One thing I never really caught on to during that game was actually Speed. 5 saves for the lad. And really ended up making the difference there. No, only just the 1 goal from Nombre, and yeah, Speed really holding down the back line. I was praising the defense of the Spaniards, but the man from I don't know where he is in England. I forget. I remember. I was probably told at one point, but he's the English boy on that roster. Oh, he's one of those. Look at this. TXMPER trying to pretend that he's Italian, channeling the. I was going to say the ghost of Cookser, but he's not dead. He's still kicking around. A little bit of an homage there here in game number 2.
Yeah, and Cookser's still kicking in Rocket League as well. He's had a couple of successes, I believe, in domestic competition at the moment. He's still hanging around in the likes of these competitions, but unfortunately won't be on our screens today. But he still has a legacy preserved. He's still, well, showing his flavour on the pitch, even when it's not him hitting the ball.
Reports of Cookser's demise has been greatly exaggerated by me and dispelled by me and you as well. We appreciate that, Zygo. Minute end. And RUBIIX will try and get this one off the top. You really feel that Nombre really need to get this opening goal because they conceded within the first 10 seconds of game number 1 from Scream, who's looking for his 4th in a row for him on this new side. Quite there, but DORITO giving a chance here, and RUBIIX decides to take the safer route and get back there and get it over to Dying, which I think was more of a possession play than trying to get ball on net.
Yeah, absolutely, and at the moment it seems there's only one strategy being afforded for Nombre del Equipo at the moment, and that's really just hitting the ball downfield and trying to escape at the moment, as just lacing the ball downfield is good enough to get you some upfield pressure, but it's just not lasting because the positioning of TXMPER at the moment has just got their number covered.
Not conceded as of yet. Lot of pressure on the orange net, however, still. DORITO takes this one out of the midfield area, but Speed interception and gets the go-ahead goal here in game number 2.
so much trust in Scream there to make that touch. Speed was just lurking in field, just in case one of those touches came through. He had that support from the third man laying in the wayside behind, and it allowed for that beautiful play we just saw.
Excellent touch, as you mentioned, by Scream on the upper right corner of the replay, and Speed looking for a close-in shot there. Will get credit for a shot, but no goal to show for it. That could have been a very damaging 1-2 punch here in game number 2 for Nombre, conceding twice in the space of probably about 10 seconds of gameplay. TXMPER gets that one down, was looking for Speed to go in, but I'm not sure in his boost level. Smart play to get himself back though, and now picks up the 100. Over to Scream from Speed, but a little bit too long. He'll take it out the corner and set this one up for DORITO to actually get it over to Dying. Over the top. No shot really comes off.
Yeah, and plenty of blue numbers at the back to see the ball clear as well. Speed over on that right-hand side is able to get himself involved in the play, as now TXMPER is afforded options. He's going to choose to go alone this time around, over to the ceiling, but DORITO is there in the right position this time around, as midfield battle still waging on. Who can try and establish a little bit of control as these minutes tick by? That's a gorgeous pass down from TXMPER, and Scream, that placement is perfect.
That's drawn up on the whiteboard before they come onto the field, isn't it? That's a lovely position by Scream, as you mentioned. A 2-0 advantage for Chup in this game number 2, looking for that 2-0 advantage in the series. Certainly feels like all momentum is shifting their way, and you just feel like I mentioned about the possession game about Nombre in game number 1. You felt like they had a lot of control of the ball in that game. Here in game 2, it feels like it's all blue. There's barely any touches in the blue half from Nombre. Here comes DORITO, flip reset off the ceiling. Speed will take that one away before it becomes any much of a threat. But every touch, every possession for Nombre just feels so empty. They're allowing Chup to just rotate through themselves and get these interceptions.
Absolutely right, and I think they just need to try and work around each other a little bit more. Maybe try and find some of these slower upfield plays. Maybe try and find some infield balls, just closely packed nice to each other. That ball's going to ping all the way across to the right-hand side of the field, and Dying might be given a chance here. That's a nice demo at the back, but still, Scream is able to make a touch. Now DORITO is going to recycle the possession back. RUBIIX up for another chance, maybe a double touch, as another opportunity for Dying. Drops down. Where is that third man? It's a difficult one to go for if the defense looks quite that solid.
That was one of the better setups I've seen so far from Nombre, but DORITO ended up just backflipping in the penalty box. And that play goes amiss. I just want to rewind about 20-30 seconds or so. That touch off the backboard by Scream to take away a potential goal-scoring chance for Nombre. That's a lovely little cherry picker. Just a little bit off target by Dying. RUBIIX again tries to recycle that, but ends up chucking it in the trash instead. Scream, even just to try and get some time off this clock. He will leak this clock dry. Maybe it gives a chance for Orange to go down the field, but it's going to be a little bit too little too late, as Chup cement their foothold here in this quarterfinal and one game away from the semis.
And again, it's a stellar performance from Chup, and I think for the best part of 2.5 minutes, the scariest thing about that game was Nombre del Equipo didn't even register a single meaningful chance at the halfway stage. It was so dominating from Chup. They had the possession game. They had all of the chances to work amongst one another on the field, and we looked at Nombre del Equipo and we mentioned some of the issues. Maybe just this forward-thinking play of just trying to lace the ball downfield might have been a little bit too wasteful for our liking. And some of these issues, they do plague you when you think, well, the other team we're up against has our number read, so let's just increase the pace. But I don't think that's the way forward for them.
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned the possession game. I think you've got to just try and intercept the ball a little bit more, because you're trying to play your own game and Chup are just not letting you. Just try and disrupt what Chup are doing, because they're playing the prevention game. You try and prevent the prevention game, if that makes any sense. This is why I'm not a coach. This is why you're the coach out of the two of us. Because things you say make sense. Things I do, I'm just rambling off the top of my head.
Well, the thing is, you say that, but it makes absolute sense. If you see
okay.
your opposition
Thank you.
Okay. With a strategy, you've got to try and work around it. You've got to counter it.
There you go. That's a $100 coaching session there from Craftman RL. My PayPal is I'll send you after.
I appreciate it. I'll be taking some lessons with you after this. But hold on a minute, we might need to take a few lessons from Choop Choop. Where did he come from? Nobody knows, but Scream has just been given the ball downfield, and he's done it all by himself again. TXMPER, just waiting behind, squeezes it home.
Completely unchallenged with Scream coming from his own half. You saw all three players from Nombre just flopping around in the goal, and TXMPER, the clean-up man for the job. They scored 8 seconds into game 1. That was 13 seconds into game number 3. Will it be lucky for them or unlucky for the defense as they keep on coming?
Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's so cruel, Dorito. And comrades in the corner just trying to wait for their turn to get involved in the play, but it comes straight back central, and that own goal was just inevitable.
They're just tripping over themselves at this point. It seemed like a well-oiled machine at the start of this series, Psycho. But the wheels have just started coming off as the rubber's meeting the roads. Needing to reverse sweep here. And it just seems like it's falling into disarray on the Nombre Daily Clipo side. Maybe another goal in the favour of Choop Choop as they just retain possession. Now that's a fortunate demo, I would say, as TXMPER gets taken out of the play, but Scream just seems like he's everywhere on this field. Every time that Nombre tried to clear into open space, there is Scream to make a play on the ball.
Now an infield chance as well from TXMPER, but Dorito is just about able to get his mitts on that chance. Now Dying's going to be afforded, maybe, and I know it seems very dire, but one of the only chances to get the ball back downfield given Choop Choop's recent form. Now Speed tries to wrap the ball just around the widths of the field there as Dorito goes sky high through the middle yet again, and it just seems a little bit too one-dimensional at the moment.
Yeah, there's no purpose coming downfield for Nombre. They're just batting the ball downfield and seeing what they can make of it. Scream! Oh, what a screamer for the backboards! How on earth does this trickle in?
Wow! Look at that. It's just perfect. And the touch from Speed, you could tell it sort of bamboozled the defense there, because he just went for a flip reset. And usually when a player goes for a reset, you respect it. You wait for the secondary touch to come through. They had no idea Scream was waiting there.
He got the protractor out. He used Pythagoras' theorem. In this case, A squared plus B squared equals 3 goals for Choop Choop. In fact, as Dying tries to close the gap and is denied at the goal line once again. Everything just feels so, like you say, one-dimensional. There's no creativity coming from the side of the Spaniards. And there, as TXMPER's coming off the back wall, you want to see someone aggressive. You want to see someone challenging him. But he's able to take it from his own backboard all the way into orange territory, just completely untouched and unchallenged. But there you go, there's one back from RUBIIX, and maybe Nombre have life here.
I suppose it's a nice sign for the Spaniards to realise once again that their opponents are human, as that is a huge double commit from Choop Choop, trying to just get the better of an infield play there. But it is looking a bit more positive courtesy of that one goal. They just need to, well, find 2 more at a minimum.
Imagine they want to get one quickly as well as we tick past the halfway mark of what could be the final game in this series. I imagine Speed would want it to be that way as he trickles it down. No one's able to touch it except TXMPER. Bang, 4-1.
Bish, bash, and bosh. RUBIIX is gone.
Yeah, buddy.
He didn't really have much of a chance there, did he?
No, he was sent to the Shadow Realm before he could even think about making a play on this ball. Cyber bullied into the back of the net. And 4-1 will be the scoreline. Just as you thought Nombre had a sliver of hope in this series, it is dashed at that moment. Perhaps they could make the play here. Dying flip reset 4-2.
And that's the best goal we've seen all day so far. That is absolutely sublime from Dying. He just eyed up the space. He saw the space on the field, he saw the ceiling, and he thought, you know what? That's the way forward. And he got it done so beautifully there.
Not quite the killing blow from Dying, but it certainly punches a little bit more life back into the reanimated corpse of Nombre del Equipo. 2 minutes left to find 2 goals to save their series. And you can tell that they're being a lot more aggressive. They're coming downfield with purpose now, Psycho. Earlier on, it just felt like they were punting the ball into blue territory for the sake of it. Now they're coming down with numbers, with a plan. And as Dying gets that one over to DORITO, you can see RUBIIX is there to try and make the follow-up play on it, but he's not able to do that just quite there. Just loses track of the ball. And a minute 30 goes past on the clock. 30 seconds after the second goal from Nombre, and he still can't find the third.
Yeah, and that's a really nice demo to relieve some of the pressure. DORITO has a chance. He's lobbed up. There's 3 downfield orange players just lurking to try and create this chance. And poor Scream had absolutely nothing he could do there.
DORITO is the jingling keys, the shiny metal object. Hey, look over here, but really, here comes DORITO bang through. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-score game here, Psycho. They're playing with conviction. They're playing with life, and they have it from Dying. 4-4.
Oh, I'm in disbelief. Now this is the Spanish Bimba that Europe was afraid of for so many years, making its return courtesy of this dying breath we've seen. And that player himself, Dying, has put on such a good performance in these last couple minutes to try and be a playmaker, be involved, be aggressive, but also DORITO with the likes of those disruptive demos, those passes in field. It's all just working for this orange side, but it's still such a big task to overcome. 5-4 is the scoreline, and it's tempered to see another home.
It's a goal frenzy now. As Choop, see your 4-goal comeback and say, no, not today. You've got to score at least one more to send it to overtime. Still, and here comes Dying. Actually, it will be RUBIIX as Dying gets the boost right back from the kickoff. DORITO up for this one. 45 seconds and counting on the clock. And that's a big upfield punt from the blue side. And Nombre have to start all over again, and it could have been the death nail there from speed, but Dying keeps them alive. DORITO over to Dying, and he backflips. RUBIIX tries to put on the backboard and keep Nombre in contention, but time's a ticking.
Time's a ticking, and the boost control all in favour of Choop as they manage to just punt the ball downfield here. DORITO infield, Dying is up. He tries to look for the ceiling. It's worked once before, but not that time around. It's a wide open net for Scream. And that may be the final touch of the game. Well, at least as far as the opportunity for Nombre del Equipo to make a comeback. And it's job done for Choop.
That is, they have left the lobby, at least DORITO and Dying have, and it will be 3v1 for the last 6 seconds, but that is it done and dusted. 6-4 in the end from Choop here, and a 3-0 series score will take them into the semi-finals, make it 7-4 for the record and for the road. And just because I broke down 6-4, they had to score again, didn't they? They move on to the semi-finals, and Nombre del Equipo, the comeback was valiant, but it was not enough to get past Choop.
Yeah, and it's such a rare occurrence that you can see in one of these games of this sort of caliber, where you're seeing RLCS competitors, you're seeing very, very high-level bubble players sort of having such a high-scoring affair. It was 5-4, realistically, towards the latter stages of that game. Well, 6-4, actually, given the goal we saw in the last 6 seconds. And a game which has that many goals, you would usually just look at and think, well, there was a lot of problems, because it's rare to concede that many as a team of this sort of caliber. But a lot of the goals we saw from both sides were actually really well worked, I think, very much team-oriented, and it went to prove some of
It certainly did, and Choop, I was going to, actually, Nombre, they put up one hell of a fight. What a valiant comeback there in game number 3, but it all just fell off the hinges towards the end. I think that one goal after they managed to tie it up from TXMPER was probably the death sentence there for them. And they just couldn't hang on towards the end. But congratulations to Chip Chip. They make it to the semi-finals of this week's Rendezvous here on the Rocket RB. They will be taking on Kachoudop, the team with that our French counterpart absolutely love, with K-Dop. Chaussette's listed on that team as well. I'm not sure who's actually playing. There's 4 of them. K-Dop, Chaussette, Reese Fox, and Battle. So head over to twitch.tv/Rocket Baguette if you want to see that semi-final matchup. I imagine that was going to be an absolute barnstormer. But keep it right here on the Rocket RB as well. We'll have myself and Relic coming up for on. Try that again. Myself and Relic will be here for the semi-final on the Rocket RB in just a minute. So you don't want to go. Do you know what? Just roll your brain. I'm done. We'll be back in a minute.